In the quaint town of Blackwood, nestled amidst rolling hills and whispering pines, stood a house at the end of Willow Creek Drive. It was a picture of suburban bliss, 2 stories with dormer windows and a wraparound porch. Inside, life unfolded like a well-worn storybook. Mark and Sarah Blackwood, a loving couple with 2 beautiful children, Lily and Tom, made it their home. Their laughter echoed through the halls, their footsteps on the stairs. It was a symphony of family life. Their absence was felt keenly by the tight-knit community of Blackwood. It was a typical Friday evening in late August 2016 when neighbors last saw the family. The kids were out playing, their joyful squeals mingling with the chirping of crickets. Mark was tending to his vegetable garden, his brow furrowed in concentration as he weeded the rows of lettuce and tomatoes. Sarah was inside baking, the aroma of chocolate chip cookies wafting through the open window. It was a scene so ordinary, it could have been captured in a Norman Rockwell painting. And then it happened. A power cut plunged the neighborhood into darkness. The Blackwoods, like many others, lost power. But for them, it was more than just an inconvenience. It was a disruption of routine. They had plans for the evening, a family movie night with popcorn and hot dogs. So they pulled out their generator, its familiar hum blending with the distant rumble of thunder. By 9:30 p.m., the storm had passed. The power was restored, and the Blackwoods were back to their cozy movie night. But for some reason, they decided to skip their usual tradition of leaving their porch light on for safety. That small decision would become a pivotal point in the story. For the next few hours, the sounds of family fun filled the house, laughter punctuated by the occasional shriek from a horror movie. Then around midnight, everything went silent. The laughter faded. The TV was switched off. The house, which had been alive with merriment just moments ago, was now shrouded in an eerie quiet. When the first rays of sunlight touched Blackwood the next morning, it revealed a town changed forever. The quiet dignity of the Blackwood residence was shattered. People gathered outside the house, exchanging hushed whispers. The sight before them was both disturbing and perplexing. There were no signs of forced entry, no smashed windows or kicked-in doors. The curtains were drawn, but not tightly. A sliver of light peeked through, suggesting that someone had been inside very recently. The cars in the driveway were untouched. The mail lay unopened in the mailbox. It was as if the family had vanished into thin air. As the day wore on, unease gave way to panic. Whispers grew into shouts. Speculation ran rampant. Had the family gone on a sudden trip? Was this a bizarre game of hide-and-seek gone wrong? Or was something more sinister at play? By nightfall, the entire town was consumed with worry. Every shadow seemed to hold a secret. Every creak of the old house, a clue. The police were baffled. With no obvious leads, they had to retrace the family's final moments. Every neighbor was interviewed, every friend and relative contacted. The timeline was reconstructed, piecing together their final moments as a family. This is where the pieces fit together perfectly to form a horrifying picture. The last confirmed sighting of the family was during the power cut. The Blackwoods had been at home. Their phones had been used. Their car was in the driveway. Then everything went black. Their disappearance left a gaping hole in the community, a constant undercurrent of fear and uncertainty. Theories abounded, each more outlandish than the last. Some spoke of a secretive cult, others of government involvement. But these were just theories, mere whispers in the face of the hard, cold facts. Then came the forensic team, combing through the house, searching for any trace of what might have happened. Their findings only deepened the mystery. There were no signs of a struggle, no evidence of foul play. The food on the table was half-eaten. A TV show played on the VCR, a toy lay abandoned mid-play. It was as if the family had simply paused their lives and never returned. The police released a statement, appealing for help. But days turned into weeks, weeks into months, yet there was no sign of the missing family. The case grew colder. The hope of finding them dwindled. But some in the community refused to give up. Every year, on the anniversary of their disappearance, people gather outside the Blackwood house. They tie ribbons to the porch railing, each one a silent prayer for answers, for closure. The local church holds a memorial service. The town gathers to remember, to grieve. Today, the house stands abandoned, a somber monument to an unsolved mystery. The paint is peeling, the lawn overgrown. It's as if the house itself is mourning, the walls echoing with the ghosts of laughter. The silence is the most chilling part. To those who knew the family, it's a deafening void where their joy once rang. To those who investigate the case, it's a frustrating enigma, mocking them with its lack of answers. But amidst the despair, there are glimmers of hope. The case remains open. Every lead, no matter how small, is followed. Each new piece of information, a potential piece of the puzzle. The police refuse to give up, driven by a sense of duty, yes, but also by a deep-seated empathy for a family torn apart. As the years pass, the memory of the Blackwoods fades into a melancholic haze, yet their absence is still felt, a constant reminder of what was lost. The house at the end of Willow Creek Drive becomes a local legend, a tale told and retold. In the quiet town of Blackwood, life slowly returns to normal. The rhythms of daily life go on. But for many, it's a life forever altered. The disappearance of the Blackwood family was more than just a tragedy. It was a collective trauma. It shook the town to its core, leaving scars that time may not erase. It's a story that transcends the realm of reality, a nightmare that seems ripped from the pages of a suspense novel. How can an entire family vanish without a trace? What could have possibly compelled them to abandon their home, their lives, their loved ones? One theory suggests that Mark and Sarah, under immense financial stress, decided to leave their old life behind and start anew. The question is, why did they take their children? Would Lily and Tom really go along with such a drastic plan? Another theory points to a sudden health crisis, perhaps a contagious disease that turned the family's world upside down, driving them into seclusion. But why would they cut off all communication? Why leave their home seemingly intact? Then there's the unsettling possibility of foul play. Could someone close to the family be involved? If so, what was the motive? Was it greed, jealousy, or something more sinister? Yet despite all these theories, the truth remains elusive. It's a bitter pill to swallow for the townspeople, many of whom have lived here for generations. Blackwood was once hailed as the safest place to live in the state, a haven away from the hustle and bustle of city life. Now it's synonymous with an unsolved mystery that continues to haunt its residents. The disappearance of the Blackwood family serves as a stark reminder of the fragility of life, the unpredictability of fate. In an instant, a happy family could vanish, leaving behind a legacy of unanswered questions and a profound sense of loss. The case has attracted the attention of experts from across the country. Renowned psychologists analyze the family's background, searching for clues in their past. Behavioral analysts delve into the minutiae of their daily lives, seeking patterns that could offer insight into their disappearance. But even their vast knowledge and experience seem dwarfed by the enigma that surrounds this case. As the sun sets over Blackwood, long shadows stretch across the town. The wind whispers through the trees, carrying with it the scent of honeysuckle and the echoes of laughter. In the stillness, one can almost hear the faint sound of footsteps on the porch, the gentle murmur of voices. But when dawn breaks, the magic disappears, leaving behind a haunting silence. The case of the missing Blackwood family remains a source of fascination, a puzzle that continues to elude even the brightest minds. For now, the house at the end of Willow Creek Drive stands as a silent sentinel, guarding secrets that may never be revealed.